I met a gypsy.
Not really talking about anything.
No, we're just going for it.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding,
These are like
ding. It's
pinball
fun.
fucking episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the fact that we're making a second YouTube channel so that I didn't have to make it our own video, but I don't know if I can be fucked doing that now. But we're making a second YouTube channel. It's for all the people like you that come on the podcast that aren't motocrossers.
No.
Because I like the motocross stuff and I like being in that
World.
industry and world, and I like...
You were getting some shit for it when you the last video.
Yeah. It's fucking funny too. We started some shit.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny actually.
I know, I laughed.
The Gypsy Gang got behind it
stupid.
too. I think people really realised they were like, they've been looking at us like, oh, it's a pretty cool podcast. Like, seems like they get some good views and shit. And then that happened and there was like, one video has like 600 comments roasting this guy. And it's just, I just think that people actually gave a bit of respect to the gang.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
it made no sense to me. You guys just doing what you're doing it good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, bro.
But the thing with that, right? The way, this reason I'm making that content, the way that I'm making it is because YouTube, their algorithm is so fucking good, right? So like, they will, if I focus on motocross and just motocross, supercross, like really fucking go into that lane, then YouTube is going to send that content out to all of those people in that. And like if the style of shit I'm making is so like you could watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't have to know about bikes. You don't have to be that into it. And that was one of the coolest things about that whole like fucking beef video that I made. And I made that knowing exactly, like I wasn't mad. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, he gave me a layup. And I'm like, oh, this is like a really good opportunity to like say my piece about this 100%. Whole thing, you know? So it's like, I wasn't upset by that. Like, this is fucking great now. Like, we get to tell this story that like, we're making this content so that newbies have something to watch and like relate to and don't feel ostracized. Because like, one of the big problems in this industry and a bunch of industries is that the people that, especially if they're small and they started small and then they're getting bigger, is like the way the content got made at the start is like only catering to the enthusiasts, like the hardcore enthusiasts, because like that's all there was. They hadn't really established like a general market yet.
But you got to grow an audience.
And that's what the UFC's done.
Yeah.
So like you can be, they literally call them casual fans. Like there's a name coined for a specific subset of their fan base. So it's like you can't just have content that is like fight analysis breakdown with like Dominic Cruz where he spends 45 minutes on a webcam telling you about the fucking stance of Wonderboy Thompson.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's just not gonna fucking work like that. And that's what like the moto industry has. Like that guy that was like going off on me. Yeah. Like he's that dude, right? And he's fucking good at what he does. And he just gets in there and he's just like rummaging through every lap time and like that whole embedded in the scene. But it's like if you're not somebody that gives a fuck, and like I love the sport and I don't give a fuck, like that's not that interesting to me. Yeah, so then, for sure. So like 30 years I've been around fucking motocross and I don't even care that much. So how am I supposed to, like, we don't have casual fans in motocross. We have like hardcore fans. Or you look at it and you're like, that can't be that hard.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like only two sides of the spectrum. There's not like this broad awareness of like how good these athletes are, what their names are, like where they come from. Like I can look, or you can watch the UFC, or anybody can watch the UFC, and then like it comes up on your Instagram or your YouTube because you like the drama between, you know, Jake Paul and Dylan Datt, you know? And then you got like the Brendan Schaub that he's kind of like, he was a fighter. He's got some really great analysis, but he's more like culturally pulling some strings. Like he's trying to create these different worlds and like lift guys up. And like we posted a video today. I'm actually keen to see what the analytics are on it. But it was like the GOAT, like argument for the GOAT. And like me and one of the boys, Brennan, we just spoke about, he's like, is James Stewart the GOAT? And it's just like, objectively, I could sit there and like go on Wikipedia, compare people, and be like, okay, James Stewart won this many championships, so like he's not in the right. And then, but then it's like, okay, well that's not that fun. A, and then B, it's like who's speaking for the culture? Like there's a cultural impact. Like you look at like XXXTentacion.
Yeah, or you look at how like the F1's changing.
Yeah, dude.
Like
casual fans now.
How McLaren,
casual fans.
like what McLaren just like out of no, well, thanks to Lando Norris, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, it's got everything to do with one person, and
Crazy.
that's Lando.
Yeah.
You know, his Twitch streaming, his social media, and all of a sudden McLaren now is like one of the most popular, like, you know.
And now we got Danny Rick.
Bro.
Rick
So
Flair,
excited.
boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fucking dream team right there.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, like so even Formula One did that this year with that Netflix Drive, or like
the Drive to Survive.
Now.
Yeah.
Casual fans.
Yeah.
Like people that are interested in
people can watch it and like a little bit more of an understanding of just like, because that's all people need.
Yes.
You know, it's like when people watch UFC, it's like, oh, they're on the ground. I'm like, bro, if you just understood what was happening there, you would have a whole other different level of respect for what they're doing, hugging on the ground. Like,
yes, 100%.
You know, yeah, and that's the thing. People just needed just little understanding.
Yeah, and like so with this piece that I just put out about James Stewart, it's like, okay, I'm not going to talk about his record. I'm not going to talk about the wins. I'm not going to talk about any of that. But culturally, I'm going to fucking put this dude on a pedestal. I'm gonna tell you exactly the impact this dude had on me and fucking these right, and like let's just play it out. Like if he doesn't exist, and like let's have that conversation. Like there's the nitty gritty side.
That in conversation is just as important as the statistics. You know what I mean?
And you don't need to be the guy that knows the fucking statistics and goes to the race to have that conversation.
You don't need to go to the races.
You just need a fucking imagination.
Bro, Sky News, like the whole F1 team, the half of them is in London.
Yeah,
and doing the full tilt analytics of the race in London while it's in like Dubai and shit.
100%
That's Sky fucking News and whatever. Fuck.
But yeah, so it's like it's fucking super important to have those conversations in that sport, reach those people. Like we've got so many comments that came through that whole thing of people saying like, I watched Supercross this year because of this podcast.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I'm a new fan. I love this. I never knew this. Like this was the stuff.
And it's people need to be championing those people that are growing the industry, that are helping grow, not looking at them as threats, but looking at it as another mad dog.
I mean,
like
that bit doesn't really matter as much. I just think there needs to be someone championing the riders, like championing the industry and the sport itself. Like that's the voice we need. Like we need the analytical shit as well.
Yeah.
But it's like we need the fucking big and sexy.
Yeah.
Like James Stewart is like big and sexy. He's as fucking big and sexy as it got. He's as Tiger King as it gets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the fucking version that's relatable. Like everybody understands that. Like there should be a fucking Kobe. There should be a MJ.
Yeah, man.
Like that LeBron, Kobe, MJ. Like there's three dudes that all can make a case for the GOAT. And guess what? I'll never get sick of hearing it.
Yeah, exactly. You can argue about that shit all day.
So someone needs to fucking, that kind of needs to be there. So anyway, that's where that is. And then the second YouTube channel is going to be around the fucking mad dogs like you that come on and just talk for shit. People that just like the randomness of it.
Rambleness.
And then it not fucking up my algorithm.
Yeah. So, or just bring me for one of the races and I'll just sit there and have no idea what I'm fucking watching.
Yeah, definitely. You should definitely do that.
That'd be hilarious.
All right, let's go have lunch.
All right, let's do it.
Thanks very much. Ronan, thanks very much. Love you all.
everyone.
Gypsy Gang. Peace. Sick dog.
That's dope.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.